David Knight was so in love with his mistress that he hired a hitman to murder his wife. Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. This video is for entertainment and educational purposes only. I mean absolutely no disrespect to anybody that I talk about in this video. On September 14, 2014, Durham firefighters responded to a call about a fire in a garage in a house on Pebblestone Crescent in Pickering, Ontario. When the fire was extinguished, firefighters came across the body of 39-year-old Carmela Knight, mother of two. She was deceased, and instantly it was considered a suspicious death. Here we go. Who had motive? Was there an insurance policy? Let's get out the checklist. Her family wanted answers. What the hell happened? Investigators had their suspicions and they launched an elaborate sting operation, which led to a devious murder for hire plot. Carmela had wanted a divorce, but this interfered with David's future plans. David wanted a new life. Oh yeah, he was already planning it. Plot twist, come on, you're on my channel. David here was leading a double life. Wife, kids, home, mistress on the side. It wasn't a here or there kind of thing. David was all in. Complete overachiever. Carmela, she was no idiot. A woman knows. A woman knows. David lived in Canada, but he also worked in Florida. He was setting up another business there. Yes, like I said, he was already planning his new life. When Carmela confronted David about the affair, that was when she told him that she wanted a divorce. David, you're a dog, that's it, get out. I'm keeping the kids. David did not like this news one bit, so he came up with a plan of his own. I'm not saying it was a good one. This guy was a dumbass. Enter Graham MacDonald, a semi-employed acquaintance of David's who did part-time work in the house in Pickering. David offered to hire Graham and pay him $100,000 and give him a job in Florida if he murdered his wife. On September 14th, an unsuspecting Carmela Knight came home, pulled into her garage, and had no clue what was waiting for her. During this sting operation, Graham had confessed this murder to the undercover cops. He told the undercovers that when Carmela got home that day, he ambushed her and attacked her with a ratchet strap. Graham beat her and strangled her to death, and then he doused her body with gasoline and set it to fire in hopes that he could cover up the murder. The autopsy revealed that she had died from neck compressions and that she had suffered blunt force trauma to her face prior to her death. Carmela died just 3 days prior to her custody hearing. With Graham's confession, the cops had him. Well, he flipped and he turned on David. The events leading up to Carmela's death pretty much paint a clear picture of exactly what happened. Carmela and David Knight married in 2000, but after the birth of their second son in 2004, the marriage was on the rocks. In 2011, Carmela had a separation agreement drawn up that David said that he signed. David described his separation from his wife. They lived in the same house, but had separate bedrooms. They had separate lives. They only lived together to co-parent their boys. But as they moved closer to divorce, David started spreading lies about Carmela, saying that she was a drunk, she was a bad mother, she hit her children. In reality, in 2012, Carmela had found out about the affair with David's mistress, who, by the way, lived in Florida. Enter Jill Hartman. Jill would later testify that David had told her that he was already divorced when they met in St. Petersburg, Florida in 2012. Do we believe her? With social media, everybody checks out who they're going to be dating. You go online, type. You want to make sure the person's not a psychotic person or a murderer. Either way, Carmela was done. She wanted her kids. She wanted a divorce. She wanted child support. Thank you, sir. Go on your way. Bet you can guess this part. David didn't like it when he was served divorce papers in 2014. Hang on to your panties because there's another plot twist. David had a brother, Matthew. Matthew was out with his brother David, and he just thought things were a little suspicious, a little too coincidental with the timeline. He kind of knew what was going on, so he said that he probed his brother for information. Well, didn't David break down and tell him everything? And Matthew still did not go to police. A jury found David and Graham guilty of first-degree murder, arson, and conspiracy to commit murder. Both were sentenced to life in prison, and they'll be eligible for parole in 25 years. I'm glad Dumb and Dumber are in prison, but don't you think Matthew should be serving time for something? He hindered the investigation. He had all the information. There's got to be a charge there for him somewhere. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that thumbs up. If you like the content, please make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any upcoming content. I hope y'all take care of yourselves. I'll see you in the next one.